Hey everyone, Shawn Thompson here, spiritual counselor, psychic medium. I want to show you something really quick before this beautiful bird flies off. I have a story to tell you. So this is a red-tailed hawk. Visited when Brandon and I were talking about today's message. And I have a powerful story that is a great validation for what I'm going to talk about today, which is sacred sites. I am here in Titusville, Florida, at the White Sands Buddhist Temple, and I have some amazing statues to show you. But I just wanted to give you a picture. Oh, and look at this cardinal. Look at this cardinal up here. Can y'all see it? So for all of you who want two powerful messages at the sacred site of the White Sands Buddhist Temple, here is a red cardinal and here is a red-tailed hawk. And wait till I show you something here about what today's message is about. I just can't get enough of this right here. Red-tailed hawk. So if cardinal is your spirit animal, or if you're needing a message from a loved one today, I would have to say, here's your sign. You cannot get any clearer than this. When you're talking about something like sacred spaces, whether it's on the outside or internally, this is what happens. This is what shows up for validation and confirmation, right? Is you get a lot of connection from the nature elements, from spirit. I'm at the White Sands Buddhist Temple in Titusville, Florida, and wait till you see this statue. Look at this. Is that just beautiful? This is powerful. So for any of you who are going through a spiritual awakening right now, or looking for inner peace, or searching for wisdom, when you come to sacred sites like this, like the White Sands Buddhist Temple in Titusville, Florida, you really create, you have the opportunity to create a sacred space within. So this is a sacred space outside of you, right? That you can go to for wisdom, for peace. Look at this bell right here. This is amazing. This bell represents reverence, which is a deep respect for something or someone, and that's going to be part of the message today. But I want to show you the rest of what this sacred space in Florida has to offer, because the statues are powerful and amazing. And I come here every time that I'm in Florida because it really allows me an opportunity to go within. And I do so many readings throughout the week of people who are struggling and they're searching for wisdom, for answers, for direction. And they seek help and wisdom outside themselves, which is not a bad thing. And sometimes it's needed. And I want to show you this other statue right here before I'm just going to zoom in here. This is the sleeping Buddha. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to take you back over to these benches here so that you can see each one of these benches have a word on them. This one is kindness, and this one is the present moment, which is where I'm going to sit, and I want to have a little chat with you. I'm gonna get this in the background so that y'all can see that. So when I came here today, I was really just sitting in the present moment for where I'm at in Florida, from where I'm at in my life, for where I'm at in relationships with people in my life. And I'm visiting Brandon here in Florida. And we were sitting on this bench and we were talking about the message today. And the message is not from a session I did. It's not from a reading I did. It's really more about where I'm at in the present moment, and it was so powerful. I have to share this story. So as we're sitting reflecting over this lake and this statue in the background that you can see, we were talking about sacred sites and how beautiful places like these are, but where the most powerful sacred site is within. And when we were talking about going within and really dropping down into your soul for that wisdom that your soul has to offer, this beautiful red-tailed hawk flew in. And I'm going to show you this. So we're sitting here talking about going within. When this red-tailed hawk flew by, it was the biggest confirmation and validation about our conversation, which was learning how, knowing how, taking time to go within and drop in for the wisdom that your soul has to share. Okay? And when you do that, animal guides especially will come in and validate you. And so many people search outside themselves for that wisdom, but it's really in here. So let me tell you the rest of the story. So Brandon and I were talking about the importance of going within, and he looks up to this red-tailed hawk who is still in the tree. And you know, birds are messengers. They're messengers of spirit. And everybody knows when you find a feather, it means that either your loved one's sending you a message or you're having a spiritual lesson come in. And it's really important to just take a moment, like a pause for 3 moments, to really think about where you're at, what you're needing, and asking for what you want. And Brandon looks up at this bird, at this red-tailed hawk, and he goes, "Oh, I hope that you'll drop a feather." And so we're watching it, right? And sure as shit, this bird starts, you know, cleaning itself, and he pulls a feather out. And I see it, and I'm like, oh my God, there's the feather, and it's floating in the wind, right? And then it gets stuck in the pine tree that he's sitting in. And I'm going to show you, he's still here, okay? So you can see him up there, right? So he pulls the feather out, it gets stuck in the branch of the pine tree that he's in. And we're like, oh man. And so we're watching, and then all of a sudden, the wind element carries that feather, okay, and drops it to the ground. The bird flies off, and I want to show you. So you talk about validation, right? See if you can see this here. Here is the feather. You can see the beautiful colors of it. Look at that. That is the feather of the red-tailed hawk that flew by when we were talking about learning to go within and creating a sacred site within yourself, but also visiting sacred sites for wisdom. Now, if you don't see the sign in this, I don't know what else to tell you, but this is a great validation. And then he flew back on the branch, and he's been there ever since, right? So this is a great validation of whenever you're feeling down, whenever you don't even have to be feeling down and depressed, whenever you just need a confirmation, a validation, some wisdom, some direction, some guidance, please know that you don't have to do anything but ask for help. You don't have to do anything but receive help. You don't have to do anything but just get centered and drop down within your own soul's wisdom. So I want to pause just for 3 moments and just go within and ask for what you need and know it's there. So let's just take a moment in silence. And I want you to remember this moment anytime you're unsettled, anytime you're seeking wisdom, or you're seeking guidance, or you're needing to be heard.